Hello and welcome to Board 8 Baseball, Game 5 here in the Badass League Championship Series between the Rocky Death Mountain Gorons and the Chicago Scrubs. With me tonight, once again, the voice of Board 8 Baseball, X the Nemesis.
And the pleasure is all mine, Alec. I'm happy to be here. We have dynamite game coming up here for you. This is the last home game of the series for the Rocky Death Mountain Gorons, and potentially the last game of their season. But they're looking to one of their stronger pitchers as first pitch is grounded out easily. They're sending up Clayton Kershaw, who was, I think, their best pitcher over besides Hansen, but he was he was a really good pitcher for the Gorons over the course of the season.
Yeah, he had a good record, 3-2, 3.21 ERA in the regular season. Did a good job, and here in the postseason, he has sucked the least of the starters, but he'll be facing a tough task up against Scherzer.
Was that Evan Longoria? Oh my God, was he actually allowed to come back from injury? I thought he'd be out until at least the 2014 season.
Yeah, well, he was able to get a special letter from the commissioner allowing him to come back and make a quick out.
How kind of him. Also returning is the cleanup hitter for the Gorons, David Ortiz.
And Ortiz had been doing very well in the regular season, but before his injury in the postseason had been having a bit of a rough time. And the stars tonight, Scherzer, 2-1 with a 2.57 in the regular season. In the playoffs, just a 1.59 ERA.
He has almost as many strikeouts as Roy Halladay with one less start, to put that into perspective.
He has really been phenomenal, and this is a pitcher who I got the impression that he was not a priority. It got to, taking what was left, and he has really paid off, though.
And Sir Chris will tell you, I simulated seasons. I figured it out. I'm a genius. No, you got extremely lucky. That's it. Anyway, Alex Rodriguez trying to get lucky in this at-bat here. Took a gamble by looking at that one as it flies past him for a called strike 3.
Rodriguez is convenient for the... Yeah, well, we've got A-Rod, whose most famous moment in Board 8 baseball history is losing for the Chicago Scrubs and ending their postseason. Never mind the fact that he had like a ridiculous postseason last year and hit like 7 home runs in the World Series. That is what his career is going to be about.
Well, I think his career should be remembered or his career moment should be getting shut down on that high five back in game 2 or something. That should be his career-defining moment. I mean, that would define my career if that happened to me, like right when the camera was on me. High five, man! Oh. Anyways, 1-2-3, or no, not a 1-2-3 inning for Scherzer, but he gets through it.
And
Kershaw coming back up.
Ortiz goes down his first at bat back.
Yeah, he popped up pretty weakly. So either way, though, he's going to provide a lift for that struggling, until last game anyways, struggling Goron's offense.
Yeah, just by taking Raul Ibanez out of the lineup, that's all. That's what really matters here. He can make an out every time and probably be a bonus.
I mean, as long as he's not like double playing or striking out with nobody out and the bases loaded, or I don't actually know if Raul has done those things this series, but I'm sure he has at some point. A-Rod makes a nice catch off Morneau, whom they curiously decided not to walk in front of Prince Fielder.
Well, apparently putting 2 men on base for Fielder is just unacceptable.
Oh, unthinkable.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. What do we got? How many outs do we have here?
Oh.
Might be 2. Ah!
Oh, the double clutch by the shortstop.
Yeah, and I mean, Fielder's not exactly the quickest of... He's not exactly fleet of foot, so... But doesn't really matter because A-Rod's going to get this across, and the inning is over. So, quick work by the 2 pitchers here through 1.5. Yeah. Up steps Nelson Cruz. He looks smaller than like I think he actually is. Like,
Yeah, well, thank you, 2005 graphics. His batting average right in line with the regular season at 216 here in the postseason, but he does have a pair of homers.
didn't those both come in the same game?
I
And
think.
maybe another one, as this one's lifted deep to right field at the track and caught.
Wow, that died on the track.
Seriously, it's like I hit one of those Hylian winds that knocked it down.
Wow.
I'm sure the scrubs should this series. Well, either way, I'm sure the scrubs will be thankful to get out of Hyrule and back to Well, I don't know if you could ever be glad to return to Chicago.
Yeah, I really hope this series keeps going purely because I want this to be able to pull out a what's it called? I want to be able to get the Zelda game over music so that I can play that if and when the Rocky Death Mountain Goron season ends, or like
Ah,
the fucking fairy fountain or whatever.
dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that would be good. Like if you were really dedicated, as this one's grounded to the third base,
Oh,
it eats him up.
hey, weren't we just talking that last game about Keppinger looking great on defense?
Yep. Keppinger made like 4 solid plays right in a row. And Longoria, little rust, coming back with a little rust with the glove. And it's not going to matter anyway because this is lifted into shallow center, right center, and it's clutched by the second baseman. But worrying stuff from Longoria, he's got to get that sorted out. But I mean, what I was going to say is if you're really dedicated, you could go through and for every Goron's home run, this might drop in for a single. I don't know. Yep. For every Goron's home run, you could play like the success Zelda jingle. Dun da 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 da. Like
I
that.
wish that we had
You're gonna
the
blame it on funding.
yeah, I wish we had the fun. I wish we had rain, like weather, like in Power Pros, because then I could have the Song of Storms play.
Do 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 do. I mean, you could just like I could just do it, like, but I don't know if
You could make it rain.
I've been known to make it rain. Make it rain on these hoes. I make it rain. I make it. All right. I don't think any of our prospective listeners want to hear me sing Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
Well,
we
that's
should keep it to our Backstreet Boys.
Anyways, this one is
Ruiz going for third.
gunned to wall, and he should never have made it, but he did anyway.
Carlos Ruiz having
So much wrong with the defensive positioning for the cutoff man there. What was he doing? Oh, let's wait for the ball to roll 15 feet to us instead of, actually cutting it off.
yeah, he hit one like under 200 in the regular season. Now he's hitting like 320 in the postseason.
Turning it up.
Clutch.
And that one is a single, and the Scrubs will take a 2-0 lead.
As Tulowitzki's batting average closes in on 500.
Jesus Christ. He's not a man. He's a machine.
I'm not a machine. I'm just, oh, fuck, wrong commercial.
It works for Tulo. Tulo traded for Albert. Maybe they exchanged machinery. Maybe they're. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going.
I was going to back you up on that one, but you didn't show enough confidence in your own ideas there. So, I didn't want you to leave me hanging there if I tried to back you up.
I understand. I'll next time I'll just barrel through with it. I usually do that anyway. Man, he is really concerned with Tulo here. It's like 5 in a row. Do it again. Nope. Oh, just misses inside with the slider. 2-2 count on Longoria. And he struck him out. Looking outside corner, great pitch. I still think one of your best jokes, and you've had a lot of good ones, is when you were doing the write-ups for the baseball season. It was like 3 years ago now, and you for your fun fact about the Rays, It was if that's a foul ball. It was if Evan Longoria married Eva Longoria, they could name their son Evan Longoria Longoria Jr.
Oh yeah, hyphenated last names. That's the way to go.
Same last names even.
Yeah, you gotta
Ooh,
hyphenate
yo,
that double last name. I wonder, like, if she married him, like, you know how a lot of the times they'll move the maiden name to the middle name. We could just have her be Eva Longoria Longoria, and then the kid could be Evan Longoria Longoria Longoria.
I, if you could get them to go for this, like, I
I,
mean,
I, I'm gonna. It's a tough sell, but I have a lot of sway in
celebrity dealings, yeah. A-Rod, nice pick. The dish, the throw, got him. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I could see Longoria and Longoria, hooking up because they're both reasonably attractive people. But then the hard sell would be getting them. First of all, they'd have to get rid of any daughters because that just ruins the whole thing.
Mhm.
Unless you wanted to name her Eva Longoria
Yeah,
Longoria, but
having daughters ruins any marriage. So